everyone. So I wanted to review for you guys today the brand new Urban Decay Vice palette, like this, with this little rubber or I'm not sure what that is, foamy piece over it to protect these jewels. So if you do order online, you really shouldn't have an issue with these jewels cracking open. And I think right now it currently is available on urbandecay.com. What's really cool about this palette is the packaging. It's very sturdy. You just press it open. It's not a magnet, it's not a tin, it doesn't pull back like that. Actually, this is one of my favorite boxes that they have ever done. I really thought I liked the Urban Decay Naked 2 tin. I think I like this one even more. But basically you have this incredibly large mirror, which I left the plastic on for the review so it doesn't gleam at you. Gorgeous, gorgeous shades. These are all the brand new formula. Now this product is said to not have any repeat colors in here. It does not come with any eyeliners. It does not come with any primer potions or lip glosses. And I know that that was a con for some people, but I feel with their eyeliner pencils and their lip glosses and stuff like that, we're bound to see repeat colors more often than not. So I was a little happy personally that they left them out. I know it's kind of nice to have those little travel sized primer potions. The new formula I'm allergic to personally, so I don't really have any issue with it not being in here. We did get a brush. We got a brush. And looks like this. Actually, the Good Karma brushes are really good whether you get the travel size or the full size. And I should have taken a picture of this before I played with it because it's a little dusty. The only good news is that you could see how the palette kind of works or what it looks like once it's played with. You could see that even though it does look like it gets some use, the glitter or the colors aren't going to fall into the next shadow. The color in here is Desperation, which is just this very gray kind of color. To me, it reminds me of kind of like a more cement version of Urban Decay's Mushroom. So that is Desperation. The next color is Junkie, and it is that pretty green with ton of gold sparkle. It's so pretty. But if you have the graffiti eyeliner like I do, this looks so green and so beautiful right on top. And Junkie is super pigmented. It's a little bit more blue than a typical grassy green, and graffiti is much more of a grassy green. So don't worry, you're not getting two in one. It is Provocateur, and it is your more traditional gritty Urban Decay eyeshadow. Once again, these are newly reformulated, and even the more glittery-esque eyeshadows I have seen from Urban Decay, the new formula just doesn't seem as fallout prone. What I like to do with the Urban Decay glitter shadows is press these in the center of the eyelid and kind of use them to create like a shine on the eye, a solid base. And there's no bases on my hand. I'm swatching all of these dry. However, they do say you can use this palette wet, which you probably can. Personally, I will not stick a damp brush into any eyeshadow or pigment jar or whatever because I feel it kind of ruins it and grows bacteria. But once you pick it up with your shadow brush, you can always spray a little bit of water or mixing medium directly onto the brush and the product itself and use it that way. A little bit of Nevermind, which is just this really pretty sort of taupey bronze color. I don't know how else to quite describe that for you. So that's really a beautiful, rich champagne. I think it's a wonderful addition to the palette. The next color I'm going to show you is Muse. And I think for me personally as a color person, when you have some really interesting, beautiful neutrals, they really make you appreciate neutrals a lot more. They're not like dirty, dusty, chocolate, chalky, or ugly. But here is Muse, and it is a gold, shimmery chocolate. These are my own descriptions. The next color is Chaos, and I think this is probably the color a lot of people are going to be eyeing. When I saw this palette, that's the color I was definitely eyeing, and I've used this a few times. I did it to work a lot like how a lot of matte indie pigments work. Imagine like Echo Beach right here, this beautiful true bubbly champagne gold right here, frosty metallic. And this, I took Muse, I took it pretty heavily and then I blended it through Echo Beach, and then you have clean Echo Beach. It's really beautiful color to blend out Muse with. I love that. Jagged, which is a black gold. This one's a little bit more of a gritty tone. So you don't mind seeing a little bit of space between the eyeshadow, which actually can be like a nice easygoing look. Or you could take a cream base tone translucent powder and then a little bit of jagged on top. And you can have a really cool look. Occupy, which reminds me a lot of NARS Tropic eyeshadow. This, however, does not have the intense silver chunky monkey glitter in it. So I'm actually wearing this in my crease, pretty much through almost my main crease. And that's it. The glitter shows up, unlike NARS Tropic, and I'm not just trying to bash NARS Tropic, just to bash it or anything. I really do like that color, but the silver glitter, if you want, definitely shows up more in here. So you definitely, when you see a product and you want it like the way it is in the pan, I'm kind of happy that Occupy is that way. Vice, the namesake of the palette, and it's a really pretty purple. I like this purple, actually. It's almost a best of both worlds type of purple. You're getting something that is bold and bright without being too in your face. This is a nice velvety purple. Some purples are very lacking in pigmentation, and I've had purples from Urban Decay to me that were just a little on the dustier side than I've wanted, especially, you know, back when Urban Decay had, you know, the vintage tin packaging. Until Purple Haze, that matte eyeshadow, was made, I didn't really buy any purple. It's a wonderful staple to the kit. I think a great palette kit has kind of anything you could possibly need or want to travel with and have like a one-stop shop. If you like a lot of versatile looks, this is obviously going to be a good palette for you because, like I said, it's a colored palette packed in with a neutral palette. If you're somebody who doesn't like colors, this is obviously going to be a waste for you. If you're somebody who hates neutrals, I'd say this is a great way to break out of your comfort zone. Unless you know that you hate all these neutrals, then I'd say just get one really colorful palette. If you're somebody who likes versatility, Anonymous is great to have because it's going to basically be your highlight shade. And I like Anonymous because it's very similar to Walk of Shame by Urban Decay. And I get questions on dupes for Walk, or sorry, not Walk of Shame. What's the color I get asked for dupes on? Skimp, Walk of Shame, Foxy, all things like that, those peachy ones. I think they sell quite a few of those individually now. ABC Gum is not, in my opinion, quite in that range. ABC Gum's much more of a dark peach. Like, you really gotta be dark to pull off ABC Gum. You gotta be tan. The next color is Blitz, and this is on my lower lash line. I'm wearing quite a few of the colors. Blitz is so beautiful. It's creamy, it's buttery. It almost looks like a glitter shade off the bat. It's actually a metallic and it's very opaque, as you can see. I've used this almost every day since I've gotten it. It's not quite like honey in my opinion. It's more like Eldorado. But what I like about this gold is that it almost seems to be like the bright color that could belong in the black palette, because it almost has like a black darkened undertone to it. It's a very beautiful golden jeweled carrot yellow diamond color. I just love it. The next shade is Unhinged, which is just this really pretty teal color, and it happens to be on the mid to outer portion of my lower lash line, as in Haight and Ashbury, but it's definitely more of a smooth metallic, very bright, jungly blue turquoise. Haight is definitely chunkier and glitterier, which is a hot pink. And I know some people might be looking at this and thinking, that looks like Woodstock. This whole row, this almost looks like Psychedelic Sister. This looks like Woodstock, and this looks a lot like Haight. Now these colors actually are quite different. Psychedelic Sister is definitely a lot softer and like I said, less glittery, more bright. And then this Woodstock color, similarity, but it's actually much more smooth. It doesn't have the silver glitter sitting right on top. That it's also much smoother, softer to blend out. It's versatile. If you pack it on, you see a lot more of the matte with the gold. If you just sort of press it on and sweep it on like I have, it definitely takes on a much more metallic tone. And it's bright, it's fun, but it's not as in your face as Woodstock. Woodstock is definitely an in your face pink. Freebird, and that color that I'm referencing was Free Love. Free Love is definitely a lot more orange, however. If you like the idea of Paradisco eyeshadow, Tweet Me that came out with that Parrot or Peacocky collection from MAC a couple years ago. If you like any of those shimmery, orangey shades that look really beautiful on blue eyes, you will probably like Freebird. Still has an opaque finish. You could definitely smooth it out, and you have a really beautiful eyelid shade. And like I said, it's really going to enhance green and blue eyes. It's called Penny Love, and it's definitely much more orange than Free Love. Definitely more, it's got almost no pink in it. You could definitely see a little bit of a touch, but this is definitely more salmony. But this is just a really pretty golden orange. Looks like that. And hopefully we can see those swatches on my blog so you don't get any auto light refocusing and stuff. This next color I actually really like, and it's like a steely charcoal black color. It's called Black Market, and it's not as black as Blackout. It's not supposed to be. It's not shimmery or velvety like Zero, and Perversion is velvety, but it's not black and matte, and blends nicer than Zero from the Deluxe palette. So that is Black Market, and it's like a little bit more of like the new black. It's like an off black. Next color is Armor, and it is a silvery dusky kind of gray, and it is a little warmer than Verve, not quite as brown as Mushroom, and a little bit more glitter than Mushroom. Alright, and the last shadow shade that I'm going to show you is Laced, which happens to be in my crease. However, you can't really see it because I've layered over it, but it's basically, that's what it's for. It's like a nice transition color. It's your basic kind of office brown. Kind of looks like Max Kid. So that's that. Perfect matte brown. This palette's $59, and it's a little expensive, but it does have 20 shadows in it, so it just depends on what it's worth to you. So I hope that you enjoy, and thank you for watching.